Damn. One Piece chapter 1011 is here. My name is Sai, and if you've been here before, you guys know how this works. We start off from the beginning of the chapter and we steadily work our way towards the end. So without further ado, let's get to the chapter. So we start off the chapter by learning what Prometheus was plotting last chapter. Last chapter, Prometheus said, hey, Big Mom, Zeus has been utterly useless. We cannot use him anymore. He's kind of a pain, a thorn in our side. So I have a plan. This chapter, we learn what that plan is. We start off with Big Mom creating a brand new homie called HERA, kind of continuing the Greek themation of the names they have going on. They have Prometheus, they have Zeus, and now they have HERA. In Greek mythology, HERA is Zeus's kind of like jealous wife. You know, Zeus is a player. The guy's sleeping around, sticking his cock in whatever he can see. HERA doesn't like that, so she seeks revenge on all the females that Zeus has slept with. Why did I tell you that? Because I have no fucking clue. Zeus, HERA, Prometheus, Big Mom, she just loves Greek mythology. She didn't really think too deep. I really doubt there's other homies out there that are named after all the women that Zeus has slept with, and I really doubt Hera's gonna go around killing people. HERA is just the name. I've been reading the comments to this chapter and people are like, oh shit, does this mean that Big Mom has created HERA to go kill the other homies that Big Mom doesn't like? I really don't think that's the case. I don't even think that HERA is gonna be too hostile against Zeus. People are like, oh shit, HERA and Zeus, what's gonna happen, boys? The biggest matchup of Wano. Really? Like, you really think HERA and Zeus are gonna have this big competition? I bet Zeus is gonna be sad. The guy already looks perpetually fucking depressed. So I bet Zeus is gonna be like, oh shit, guys, owls are placed. Well, what's gonna happen now? And then Nami's right there feeding him thunderclouds. So that's besides the point. Big Mom creates HERA. So HERA has been introduced, and Big Mom wanted to test out her power. So she uses a brand new attack, and let me just tell you, out of anything Zeus has done, Zeus is very powerful, especially when he's buffed up. Zeus is very strong. But what HERA has accomplished here pretty much negs what Zeus has done so far. Big Mom uses HERA's very first attack, and it shatters the skull. It creates this giant hole. She lobotomizes Onigashima, and Kid and Killer take the brunt force of that. They get fallen through the floor. Big Mom falls as well. And kudos to Killer and Kid, because I honestly thought that when they got struck by lightning here, by HERA, that they would be KO'd. I was like, oh shit, this is the end of them. They might be knocked out for a little bit. They might be where Zoro is. They might need some surgery from Law. But that's not the case. We actually get them stood up pretty much 2 panels later, just chilling. They're like, oh shit, time to go find Big Mom again, boys. Like, where'd she go, that old hag? So with Kid and Killer falling to the lower levels of Onigashima, the box that Kid created to contain Zeus is now weakened enough to where Zeus can escape. With that being said though, we don't really know why the box weakened. Was it because Kid got attacked and he's hurt? Or is it because it's a distance thing? Maybe Kid is too far, so his electromagnetism doesn't work on the box anymore. That being said, Zeus is now freed up, and Law sees this as a threat. He says, oh shit, we can't let Zeus go back to Big Mom. As if he didn't see HERA being created, a better version of Zeus being created. His main concern is like, first, you know, obviously Zoro and himself, but he's like, oh shit, we can't have Zeus here. So he shambles them out of there. He tells Luffy, kudos, good luck, Luffy. And now we have probably the last panels we'll see of Luffy versus Kaido for a good minute. We have Luffy saying, yo, like, I'm ready to fight. Kaido saying, oh, this is too enjoyable. I'm loving this so far. I think Kaido okay, so with Kaido loves fighting. We all know this. That's why Kaido keeps people who have rebellious spirits alive. He wants them to come back and fight him and challenge him again. That's why he kept Kid alive. That's why he loves fighting Luffy. That's why he's smiling in this chapter. Imagine being a Yonko. Imagine being a Yonko that loves to fight, that loves to drink, and that lived in this golden era where Goldie Roger was there, where Rocksteady Zebek was there. You had all these big players coming up and rising in power. And then here you are 20 years later, and no one's left. Like, who are you gonna fight? Big Mom? Like, there's nobody that Kaido can fight as an equal. Well, granted, there's Shanks and Mihawk, you know, yada yada yada, but those are like just powerhouses. Those are people that if you beat them or if you fight them, powers are gonna shift. and that's gonna happen with Luffy regardless. But Luffy's coming to Kaido wanting to fight him. Luffy's a brand new fighter. Kaido has not fought somebody like Luffy before, so we can all understand why Kaido's having a fucking blast fighting Luffy. And especially since Luffy started off super weak in the beginning of Wano, and now he's rising to the occasion. He now has COC. He's clashing with Kaido with this black fucking thunder. He's not even touching Kaido, and I bet Kaido's super excited. With that being said though, you know how Oda does it. We're not going to see the ending of this fight. Luffy and Kaido has to be held till the very end of the arc. So with that being said, goodbye Luffy, goodbye Kaido, I'll see you next year. So now with Luffy and Kaido kind of neatly packaged up and pushed to the corner for the end of the year, we now are continuing what's going on the lower levels of Onigashima, and we kind of start off with Kid and Killer. Kid very much brushing off Big Mom's attack. The guy's just fucking rubbing his head like, ah damn, that kind of stung a little bit, boys. I love that. People have been complaining that Kid has been taking too much damage and he's just standing up afterwards. The guy's being unfazed by this Yonko shit, which I think is great. I love it, because if Luffy can stand up to Kaido, maybe not one-on-one because, you know, obviously Luffy has had a lot of help. I love that Kid can also take Yonko attacks and be not A-okay, but, you know, maybe like be okay. And that's because Luffy and Kid have been almost competed as rivals. They've been rivals since Kid has been introduced. People have always had this idea. Kid has always been the bad version of Luffy. Shanks gave an arm to save Luffy, whereas Shanks took an arm from Kid. They're literally polar opposites. Kid is being built up like Naruto and fucking Sasuke. With that being said, Kid versus Big Mom, which is kind of where the chapter is going, I feel like Kid needs to pull off some big boy attacks against Big Mom here. So before I get too ahead of myself, I'm gonna reel it back a little bit so I can talk about the next matchup, which is Killer versus Hawkins. This is a matchup I'm pretty excited for because I can see this going one of two ways. First, we could see Killer win, and then Hawkins saying, oh, maybe my predictions aren't that good after all, and then he's gonna switch sides. Or Hawkins is gonna win, but he sees Killer's determination, and then he's like, you know what, fuck it. Maybe if Killer's gonna take this 92% chance of dying, maybe I should also take the chance and side with the Straw Hats. But with that being said, I think and I believe that Killer is going to win. The reason I'm saying this is because if Zoro can beat Hawkins, Killer can beat Hawkins. But also Zoro is pretty fucking OP and Killer is not so much as of right now. From what we've seen of Killer, I'm pretty sure nobody will be offended if I say that Zoro is stronger than Killer. Zoro practically one-shot Hawkins at the beginning of Wano. So if Killer doesn't at least beat Hawkins, it's just gonna look bad, you know? That's just my personal opinion. You could argue and say, oh, Zoro technically didn't beat Hawkins because he was still standing by the end of the fight. Yes, but no, like Zoro killed Hawkins about 8 times. The fact that Hawkins can stockpile on lives doesn't negate the fact that Hawkins took a giant L. By the end of that fight, almost all of Hawkins' subordinates were on the floor dead because Zoro sliced them up. Hawkins barely did any damage to Zoro. He shot him with some nails and 2 of them landed on him, and that was it. that was essentially it, whereas Zoro fucking killed him 10 times over. So if Killer doesn't beat Hawkins, it's just not gonna look good. But with that being said, Hawkins does give him a probability. He's like, hey, there's a 92% chance you're gonna die in this fight, you bitch. And see, I love what Killer says. Killer kind of does a little rebuttal. He's like, yo, 92% chance. I don't give a shit about probabilities because all that matters is how strong we are. I love that. Okay, after saying something so badass, after saying that in my own head and saying it out loud, he just can't lose. I do not want Killer to lose. I can see a future. I can see a prediction where he does lose and Hawkins kind of says, oh, you know what, since you try to defy your fate, I will try to defy as well, and I'm gonna fight alongside against Kaido. I can see that happening, but I hope that doesn't happen. I hope Killer wins and he shows Hawkins that probability doesn't matter. All that matters is that you don't give up. And that's when Hawkins will switch sides to the Straw Hats. That's the ideal scenario. But anyways, moving on to the chapter. Sorry that went on for so long. I just feel like Killer is such a cool character, and if Killer is touted to be Zoro's rival, just as how Kid is being touted to be Luffy's rival, Killer has to at least be able to beat Hawkins. So with that being said, this now brings us to the final portion of the chapter where Usopp, Nami, and Tama are running away from page 1. Tama is saying that she wants to get to the stage so that she can give all the gifters their orders, and then she'll be done. The way she says it makes it seem like she's gonna die because page 1 will catch up to him, or maybe somebody will kill her. And Usopp and Nami kind of apologize. They're like, oh, I'm sorry we're so weak. I'm sorry we don't make you feel protected. And this is where Usopp pulls off kind of a new ability. And he shoots these pine cones, it explodes. He shoots off some fireworks and they explode. And in my mind, so don't get me wrong, I love Usopp, but in my mind, I'm just wondering, why didn't he use these beforehand? It's not like Luffy fighting, where Luffy using Gear 4th expends a lot of, you know, his stamina. It's not like Zoro fighting, where he's like, I'm gonna do this one technique and then, you know, all my bones are gonna be broken. Usopp is shooting things out of his giant slingshot. So it's not like it's putting strain on his body, it's just using up materials. So why didn't he use these amazing abilities beforehand? Granted, it didn't do too much to page 1. Page 1 kind of, you know, he brushes it off, but it did knock him down for a minute. But still, I'm just like, Usopp, I know, I want to believe Usopp has some sort of trump card. He has some sort of like hidden material in his pouch that can end page 1 in a single shot, but he's just not using it. That's what I want to believe. That's my personal headcanon. But yeah, just the fact that these actually did some damage to page 1 at all, like it even slowed him down for a second, I guess is a feat. So with that being said, unfortunately, we're not going to get the Usopp and page 1 rematch if you've seen the end of the chapter, because page 1, I don't want to say that page 1 is down for the count, but if he was down for the count, I would completely understand. So what happens is that while they're writing, while they're escaping from page 1, Big Mom the Kaiju shows up, and she's like, oh, Usopp and Nami, y'all are part of the Straw Hats, and I'm gonna fuck some shit up. And then Tama activates her trump card, which is friendliness. Tama reinvigorates the memories of Big Mom of when she was Olin. And Big Mom, you know, granted, I understand. She activates her mother mode, and she's like, you know what? Tama, I fucking love this kid. She fed me food. They were super poor, but they still took care of me and gave me food. They were super nice to me when I was vulnerable and weak. And I love that. I feel like any human being, any rationale would have this moral code that Big Mom speaks of. She says, oh, why would we hurt kids? Why would we hurt people that can't defend themselves? Even pirates have a moral code. And this is when she lays down the COC to page 1. I just don't even know what to say. If page 1 can stand up from this, that's a feat. If he stands up, the only way to explain page 1 getting up from that attack is if page 1 is an awakened Zoan and he has this crazy regenerative ability. Other than that, I honestly think that might be down for the count for page 1. So Big Mom and her moral code, Big Mom and her mother mode. People have been very split on this. They either love it or they think it's a quick and easy escape for the Straw Hats. It's like, oh shit, now the Straw Hats are gonna win. Big Mom is helping them fight the Beast Pirates. The Straw Hats are definitely gonna fucking win this fight now. I don't know how far Big Mom's mother mode will last, because Big Mom loves Tama. But if Tama says, hey, Olin, I love the Straw Hats and I really hate the Beast Pirates, will Big Mom actually go as far as to fight Kaido? I don't think so. I think she'll help Tama. She'll help Tama and she'll help people in the immediate vicinity, but I don't think she'll take the fight to Kaido. The reason why I say this is because Big Mom didn't try to protect Momonosuke. Momonosuke was about to be executed. Big Mom, granted, she wasn't too happy about it, but she was still gonna witness Momonosuke's potential death. So I think Big Mom will protect Tama because Tama directly helped the Big Mom, but I don't think she'll go as far as to save Wano itself. But who knows? Maybe Tama will say, hey, if you're gonna hurt the Straw Hats, you're gonna have to hurt me too. If Tama goes that far, then I can see Big Mom maybe getting over her grudge with Luffy. That could be a potential. Maybe Luffy beats Kaido and then Big Mom's like, you know what? This isn't worth the fight. I'm kind of done here. I'm heading out. And maybe we were also speculating that Big Mom would be the key to Elbaf, and if Elbaf is where Luffy and crew are going next, then Big Mom might have been the villain for that arc. But what if, instead of being the villain of Elbaf, what if Big Mom is the one who takes us there? What if Big Mom is our tour guide in Elbaf? I think that'd be fucking insane. That would be a spin that nobody would have predicted. I said beforehand in the last chapter that if Big Mom went to Elbaf and was also a major villain, that would be kind of boring. Because Whole Cake Island, it makes sense. Wano, wow, what a big plot twist. Elbaf, I don't think we need to recycle the same villain 3 times in a row. But if Big Mom were to become an ally to the Straw Hats, and if she was helping them out because of Tama or whatever has it, then that would be interesting. I would love to hear what a Yonko would have to say about how the world works, about Elbaf's history. And I think that would be a big way for Oda to just info dump a lot of important shit on us, which I would accept with open fucking arms, fucking tongue wide open, ready for the fucking bukkake of information. All right, so speculations aside, going back to the chapter, we end off with, like I said, Big Mom using COC on page 1, and this is when we have Zeus showing up, we have Kid knowing where Big Mom is, and then Ulti shows up. What is going to happen? That is the $1 million question. Will Big Mom go on and fight Ulti? Will Big Mom still fight Kid? Will Zeus, join Nami, which I think is a given. So what I think is going to happen is Big Mom is going to have HERA, and Zeus is going to be like, oh shit, there's HERA, Big Mom doesn't need me no more. Big Mom might even call him useless, and then boom, Zeus goes to Nami, done, easy. Now, the matchup portion. People are saying we're going to have a dream team collaboration. We're going to have the Suicide Squad of One Piece. We're going to have Kid. We're going to have Page 1. We're going to have Ulti. We might even have Nami and Usopp join in on the fight, which I don't really see happening if they want to stay on Big Mom's good side. We're going to have them all fighting together. So, I believe Kid, Ulti, and Page 1 will fight Big Mom. If Page 1 can stand back up, I can see that being a pretty good fight. People are saying they're going to get negged on. That Kid is going to be fucking destroyed. Ulti might be no diff to Big Mom, let's be honest. If Page 1 gets defeated, if Ulti gets defeated, I don't think nobody would fucking, bat an eye at that. But I think Kid versus Big Mom might be a pretty good fight to watch. Also, something I've been seeing people talk about in the comments is that Kid will get some new recruits in Wano, which I would welcome with open arms as well. Imagine Kid steps in, he saves Page 1, he saves Ulti, and then all 3 of them go on to fight Big Mom together. Once Kaido gets defeated, once Ulti and Page 1 have no captain, will they join the Kid Pirates? I hope so. I think that would be fucking amazing. Kid's crew needs a power boost. Right now, all they have is Killer. If, like I said, if they are touted to be rivals to the Straw Hats, they need more than just Kid and Killer. Kid, Killer, Ulti, and Page 1, that would be a good combo. And plus, Ulti and Page 1, personally, they have been some of my favorite characters throughout Wano. I love Page 1's design. His hybrid form looks so fucking jacked. It's like my middle school, high school emo phase come to life. Page 1 and Ulti, good step bro, step sis dynamic going on there. I think that they are characters that Oda should just use over and over again. I would love to see them come back every time Kid comes back. But with that being said, will Kid be enough to fight off Big Mom? I think so. I think Kid needs some sort of power up. Luffy got COC in this one arc. Luffy got Rio in this one arc. You cannot tell me that Kid cannot unlock something in this one arc as well. Granted, you could say that he hasn't had the training that Luffy did. Kid has not been trained by Dark King Rayleigh himself, so Kid might not be able to have that untapped potential that Luffy does. I believe Kid might unlock something with his Devil Fruit. Maybe with Luffy unlocking COC, with Luffy unlocking Rio. Maybe Kid is going to go the opposite route. Maybe Kid will be the first one of the generation to unlock his awakening. Kid's electromagnetic awakening might be a lifesaver in the fight against Big Mom. With Big Mom having HERA, with Big Mom having Zeus in there, maybe Kid can do some crazy shit with his surroundings and just electrify Big Mom. or electromagnetify Big Mom. Also, just a quick tidbit that might work in Kid's favor against Big Mom is that he's now fighting her on the lower levels of Onigashima. And there's fodder everywhere. There's Beast Pirate fodder, there's Samurai fodder. He can now potentially make an even bigger magnetic arm than before. Beforehand, he was fighting at the top of Onigashima, which I don't know how the fuck he got metal up there, but he did. But now that he's at the heart of the battlefield, his magnetic arm, his potential should be even greater now more than ever. So, going back to one more thing I want to talk about before I end this video is Tama's orders. She wants to make it to the stage so she can give all the gifters an order. We don't know what it is, but I can assume that it has something to do with helping the Straw Hats, which is pretty fucking obvious. But with that being said, what could that order be? Because the gifters are already helping, you know, they're already helping the Straw Hat Pirates, they're already helping the samurais. So what more can they do? What can Tama tell them that they don't already know or are doing themselves right now? Maybe she wants a collaborated attack towards a certain person. Like, let's say she said, hey, all the gifters out there, attack Big Mom right now, which obviously she won't do because she's friends with Olin. But if she did that, that would be pretty overwhelming. Imagine hundreds of gifters, like fucking Smile Devil Fruit users attacking you all at once. That would be insane. So, if she does do a coordinated attack like that, who would it be against? She could say, hey, her initial one could have been like, hey, save us and attack page 1, but, you know, that's not the case because page 1 is taken down. So, what are Tama's orders? I really doubt she's gonna say, hey guys, go fight Kaido at the rooftop. That wouldn't be too cool. That's just me, but I think Luffy versus Kaido needs to remain a 1v1 right now. It has to be a 1v1. Unless, you know, unless Toki got the prophecy wrong, and instead of the 9 shadows versus Kaido, it's like 9,000 Smile Devil Fruit users versus Kaido. That would be pretty funny. She's like, hey guys, I forgot a couple of zeros in that bitch, so it's actually 9,000 shadows, but whatever. But yeah, so this is a pretty hype chapter. I loved where it's going. I always love the developments of One Piece. People who take it way too seriously and they're like, oh, Big Mom becoming a good guy, what the fuck is this? Like, chill out, dude, chill out. You're reading a weekly manga that has been going on for 1,000+ chapters, and you're being surprised that Big Mom is changing sides? You're surprised of the shit that's happening, really. You've read 1,011 chapters and you're shocked. You don't like it anymore? You people are ridiculous, man. And I'm not saying everybody, but there are a lot of people who found this chapter very divisive because they don't like where Big Mom's character is going. They're seeing Mother Mode as kind of a cop-out. I, on the other hand, see it as something that's been foreshadowed. We have Big Mom loving families. Big Mom has always wanted this giant family and she took care of her kids. Why wouldn't she take care of actual kids? Big Mom was an orphan, and Big Mom was very poor, or I guess you could consider her poor because she lived in an orphanage. And you had, you know, Mother Caramel that took really good care of her, like she was her own daughter, which we all know Mother Caramel was kind of a piece of shit. But yeah, still, Big Mom didn't know that. So why wouldn't Big Mom want to also be this motherly figure towards kids that are in danger, especially kids that helped her out when she was vulnerable and needed the help? So I personally think this was foreshadowed. I think that it makes a lot of sense, and I'm glad that characters aren't cut and dry. I'm glad that characters can change. I'm not scared of character development. You know, I don't look at One Piece and I'm like, oh wow, you're telling me that Luffy changed a little bit from chapter 1 to chapter 1,000? Ridiculous, heresy, blasphemy. But yes, I think this is a pretty good chapter. Let me know what you guys think about next chapter. Who do you think is the matchup against Big Mom? Do you think she's gonna be completely good? Do you think Kid still has the reason to fight her? Because personally, with Big Mom seemingly switching sides, would Kid still need to fight Big Mom? That's another big question. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Love y'all. Thanks for watching up until this point. If you watched this far, please consider liking the video, subscribing, leaving a comment, doing all that other shit. I would say leave the bell on notifications, but that's kind of cringe. But yes, thank you just if you made it this far, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks because god damn it, there's another damn break. But see you guys.